Hello and welcome to Northward, where today I'm gonna try out this very new game. It is so new in fact that it's pre-alpha. Now that's really new. And it's a sort of management game with survival aspects added in it. And it's very early, and the good thing is, quite a thing, is that it's multiplayer. And with me today, I have someone to, multiplay this very early version of Northward. And it is one of the developers. So, why don't you say hi to the interwebs?
Yeah, hi everyone. Kalle here from Nemoria.
And, you are one of the developers, and, why don't you say what the game's about a little bit, what the general thing is?
Well, it's a bit of a mix of some different games that we like. I guess you could say it's a bit like Settlers meets Tower Defense meets kind of like Transport Tycoon kind of deal. And just to preface the rest of the video, the stuff that you see and that we talk about where the game is going is can change. Just to get that out of the way.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about what our current idea of the game is.
The visions you have and all that. Yeah, definitely a big disclaimer here, folks, that anything is subject to change, and might change during the development, with exclamation marks. Now, I mean, the menu's all quite nice and quite black for me here, more nice big black background. So why don't we go into the game right now and show it off, see what we have here.
Sounds perfect.
Right, so there.
Just tell me when you're posting.
I'm hosting it right now. Ooh, there you are.
It works.
Alright, well, let's get right into it then. And there we are. Very quick. No loading times. I mean, wonderful feature. Anyway, what we see right here are a few, tutorial texts. But, of course, I have the developer with me, so we don't need these. So... Well, why don't you explain a little bit of what we see over here on the screen now, Kalle?
Well, I guess we're seeing the humble beginnings of our little village. It's supposed to survive the wilderness. So we see right now we're running around with our heroes. And in the future you're supposed to be able to, pick your own hero that really fits your playing style.
Yeah, because this right here is the shaman, right?
Yeah, and he's kind of like, what would you call it? He affects the area directly around him. And if you want to see like other kind of things that you could play like, there's some stuff on the IndieGoGo page, like a witch, for example, with some examples. So we want you as a player to be able to pick a hero that really suits your way of like supporting the effort, or what you call it.
Yeah, what fits your personal play style.
Exactly.
Yeah. Now, of course, I'll put links in the video description, so if you want to check out, you can find that right below. But yeah, these are our heroes, but of course there's buildings over here. So, this green one, it's our storehouse, right?
Yep.
And
then we have the two real heroes of the game.
Yeah, the ones who actually have to do something.
Yeah. And that's a very conscious decision on our part. We want the heroes to be, supporting them. Everything is actually about the villagers themselves. They're the ones that do stuff.
Yeah, these dudes that I'm clicking on right now. Now, right now, they're sitting in their home and drinking a cup of tea and reading a book or something, but we
enjoying the fire.
Yeah, but we want them to do stuff. So, as far as I know, you select one, and then we click on a building. Right now, we have the storehouse, and we have this building here. And, well, this is the building, right? So, I guess I'll put one in there right now, right-clicking.
And he goes for a nice little walk.
Now, I'm just curious, how did they came to be here? What's the idea behind, how did they end up here, What's the background story on it?
Well, the background story is kind of under wraps so far. We're not really disclosing that much, but there is the stuff about the journey you will take during the game is a bit more. We're more public about that, with you traveling northward, hence the game.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious in the title, yeah.
Yeah, and also there is this mist coming down from the mountains to the north, devouring the villagers and making life less fun.
Yeah, and we need to defend ourselves, our own village, right?
And we're also going to be traveling north to find out what's going on.
Yeah, because I mean, you said that there was like a whole campaign planned, right?
Yeah.
So
definitely
with missions and all the story and all that being told during the campaign, right?
Yeah, I mean here we can see an example of some. If you're following me,
no, I'm following you.
So maybe these guys lived here before we came here.
It doesn't look that habitable right now, so
No.
yeah, we better make sure that our own defenses are right up there. Speaking about which, I mean, we do need to set up some defenses. So now in this game, you can build a few things, and this is really where I feel that the settlers part really comes into play. The buildings and the connecting it up to roads. I really feel that that's where the settlers kick in. So why don't we start with setting up some more resource industries, alright?
Yeah.
I'll build a forester, close to the forest. That would make sense.
Yeah.
So I'll have one down over here, I guess. There. And we do need to hook it up with the roads. So I'll go like this, and immediately I see the dude in the house building the things.
Yeah.
It's quite good actually how he can build the roads without any materials required.
Yeah. And that's one of the things we're testing to see how it feels, or if it's better if you actually have to pay for it with something.
Now
the only price is time, but that much change.
Yeah, and most likely also in the future, like better roads and maybe even, I don't know, transport by water or something like it.
Yeah, I mean now one of the aspects of the game that's not, that you can't really see the influence from is the transport tycoon bit. We want to make the transporting part more complicated more sophisticated,
more advanced.
Yeah. So different means of, not only guys walking around with backpacks or bags on their back, but other
wheelbarrows,
different ways of transporting.
Or some magic.
There's only one example of other transporting this version, and that's the bridges over water over here. But you can't build those yet.
No.
But I expect more interesting stuff on the transporting side of things to pop up.
Yeah, of course. Early development, I mean, a lot of things have to be added. I must say though that the graphics, of the bridges and just everything in general, it looks quite good, It really brings an atmosphere around of like, I don't know, a rugged landscape and being a rough area here to live.
Yeah, I'll make sure to forward that to the guy sitting there drawing the little sprites.
A compliment for you. Anyway, we have some wood set up here right now, and I can see the dude hauling wood to our storage pile. But that's not all we need, right? Oh, you got that built already. Alright.
Yeah?
Man, things are going so quick now. Right, so you have these... This is the stone cut, I can see that here in the menu as well. And, I think I'll go on a little bit of exploring whilst you're setting up the village there, because, I mean, there is the fog of war, and it's a survival game, right? Now, that means that there's enemies, and right now, I'm a bit exploring, and, well, this is the only map that is available currently. But over here, we have a castle with evil skulls inside. Yeah, this is the place where the enemies come from, right?
Yep.
So, I mean, why don't you tell a little bit about the game modes, with the survival part that are available right now, what you have planned?
Yeah, I mean, right now it's just you build up, and then when you're ready, you click the button to start spawning the enemies. But that's not how it's gonna work in the final game. This might work like an added bonus game mode or something, but the missions will not be this, passive kind of thing where you build up everything and then tell them to attack, but rather you're trying to achieve stuff and reach parts of the map, and the enemies are kind of attacking you at the same time, and
and you discover encampments that then become hostile, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and also discover like old villages and maybe annexing them for your own, like taking over their stuff.
Enslaving the local populace. Wow.
Oh, I mean like finding, let's say you find a storehouse from the last people that lived there, for example, with some cool resources. Why not put them to better use?
Yeah, of course. I mean, they would otherwise be just lying there. Now, right now, I have my shaman dude over here, and well, he has, he looks like a bit of a beetle, a scorpion even, but he has this orange circle around him. Now that is one of his abilities, right?
Yeah. He's supposed to be a fox.
Yeah, now that you're saying it.
It's either fox or bear at the moment.
Yeah, alright, so yeah, but I mean, when he's a fox, the villagers run faster, right?
Yeah.
And if he's a bear...
Or rather, everyone runs faster. So there's a bit of a risk to it.
Yeah, the enemies as well, you mean?
Yeah.
But when he's a bear, what did he do again? What was his ability?
Well, as a bear, he makes everyone hit harder.
The enemies as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. Use wisely.
Exactly. So you have to position yourself quite exactly if you want to use that effect for the towers, otherwise your village will get smashed.
Yeah. Yeah, so one of the good spots for the speed buff would be right around the storage place, right? I mean, they're always running to that place. Now, right now, we only have 2 villages, really, but I think it is time that we expand our village. I mean, 2 dudes doesn't make up for a mighty village, ready to face the hordes of evil, so...
Not really.
No. So, I think that, building a few homes would be the right course of action now, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Right. That's 1 more there.
We can afford a few at least.
I'll get another one down over here, right next to the builder's mansion. And then we do need to hook up everything. So there, a bit of road. Now, this is the basic village, really, but there's also the defense parts, right? Currently, I mean, what do you have? Currently we have archer towers that shoot arrows, right? But I mean, what are your plans in terms of the whole defending the village and the whole combat aspect of the game?
Well, like I mentioned, the spells are going to be a thing. The example GIF right now is like a freezing spell that gets thrown and freezes everyone in a small area for a while. And definitely cooler towers doing more advanced stuff as well. And we want to test how it feels to... we're not sure if we want to do like walls and stuff like that yet. It depends a bit on playtesting. But yeah, definitely more cool towers doing more exotic kind of effects.
Yeah, like explosives, for example, or something, an area of effect, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, sure. Exactly.
So, well, currently, I mean, they're building up some stuff. Oh, it seems that they're quite quick, actually.
And we have another
villager.
Little villager.
Ooh.
Welcome to the gang.
Now, right now, I mean, this villager is called a villager, and but I mean, in the future, he'll have a name, right, and a personal story, right?
Yeah. That's actually what I'm working on at the exact. I'm in right now. Working on the descriptions of things and a little bit of a portrait and stuff like that. Because I guess you noticed that you can select a few more things that you can then you can get information about at the moment, like selecting stuff on the ground if they drop it and so on.
Oh, wow.
And we want to present a bit of information about a lot of different stuff. So it's not just going to be inspecting villagers to see what their name is, but what is this little strange thing on the ground, for example?
Yeah. Like I'm clicking on these logs right now, and then there would be a message saying this is a log.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, all right. So,
but yeah, we want them to feel. I mean, now they feel very generic, the villagers. We don't want that. We want them to feel like they have, something making them unique.
Yeah. A person, a character, a history,
yeah.
And all that stuff.
One of the stretch goals for the IndieGoGo is actually completely centered around making them have more of a personality, like doing small, emotes about what they're thinking. So, if they sit around in the forest for too long and don't have any logs to gather or whatever, they might get bored and make small little funny emotes about
how boring
they feel
it
about
is.
yeah. Or say hi when they go past each other, and someone might not be as social and not say hi and get angry at each other or whatnot.
Then get flipped the finger at.
Maybe some version of that.
Yeah, no, but anyway, so that sounds really good, adding some personality to the game. But yeah, our own village right now, it has villages, but I guess we need to work on our defenses too. So, yeah, we need a Fletcher for that, right? I think I'll place one down over here and there. And then, the Fletcher makes the arrows, which is the munition. And one thing I've noticed is that it takes materials, but right now, we mine materials and then they're gone. But they aren't replenished at any point. What's your vision on the whole resource management and replenishing them? And
well, we're not completely set in stone about how that should work, because there is kind of a cool aspect with you having to expand across the map to actually get resources. You can't just sit around and get everything you need. But on the other hand, it might be something where it's cool to have an investment in, I want this area to regenerate as well. So I might invest some time and resources into making that a possibility. Let's say someone planting trees, for example. But yeah, we're gonna let testing decide how we go on that one.
Yeah, what the player base feels most comfortable with.
Yeah,
exactly. All right.
To begin with, we're going with non-renewable resources for now.
Yeah, like it is right now.
Yeah.
I've noticed, when I was test playing before we started this video, that there's also the endless wave of monsters thing. But basically, they will overcome you the moment you don't have any resources anymore, because then you'll be out of arrows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if let's say we make a survival challenge kind of map thing, then renewable resources makes a lot more sense.
Yeah. Right, so right now, I think, we should think about a few defense towers, right? I can feel the hordes of evil just waiting at our doorstep, really. So,
you want to plan the defense?
Yeah, I'm gonna plan out the defenses here, me being in the military mastermind of the operation. We have done some scouting and we know that the evil fortress is here, so this, you can't see where I'm pointing at, but really this way is where the enemies will most likely come from. So I think that 3 towers should go a long way in keeping our humble village safe, right? So we'll get them all hooked up. There. And that should keep our villagers busy for quite a while. So, right now we're just waiting on things to be completed, really, before, we're ready to face the hordes of evil. So, I guess we will make a small little jump in time, and we will be back when the hordes of evil are about to be, slaughtered by our heroes in disguise.
Sounds perfect.
And here we are, back with towers and archers in them. Now, it took a little while to build them, but right now they're all ready for the monsters. But whilst we were building them, well, we have built a few more houses, as you can see. We needed the archers, but building houses, you know, and getting villagers, that actually takes food. And right now, well, we only had food for 6 villagers, so we cannot get any more. But,
Nope.
well, I mean, what are your plans in terms of mechanics on food and all that?
Well, some of the art has already been made for the food production stuff. It's just not implemented yet. You're supposed to grow potatoes, since they're Nordic people after all.
True, very true.
And then breed pigs using the potatoes. And then the pigs, they turn into using food for your villagers.
Nice, the leg hams. Delicious meat.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So right, so I mean that's indeed, you know, more of the resources, you know, different things you need for, well, different goals, you know, get villagers you need food, get defenses you need, well, weapons and arrows and that stuff. Quite.
Yeah. And if you want to see how the food production stuff looks, it's there's a preview both on the IndieGoGo, I think, and also on our forums.
All right.
See some cute little pigs eating potatoes.
Aww.
Becoming super fat.
How cute. I'll definitely put the links in the description if you want to see these pigs getting very fat.
Yeah, I really love it. He starts as he or she, I don't know, starts as a really small little piglet and then turns into this like sphere.
This monstrous pig.
Yeah.
Yeah, right, that's pretty cool. Now, another thing, you know, that, well, whilst we were building, we talked about, and I think, you know, it would be good to share, is that you have plans on, well, you know, getting a kind of research and upgrade system in the game, right?
Yeah. We want to be able to like make changes to the buildings you build. One such thing we're thinking about is adding, so you could upgrade the storehouse, for example, to allow access from multiple directions. So you could build like this little connector, but like say for example, I would want one on the other side as well. As to reduce, you know, conflicts in traffic when that becomes more of an issue with other types of transportations. And we're also thinking about adding more elements from Transport Tycoon stuff games. Like if you have other vehicles that aren't as nice to each other when they meet head on in the street, it would be quite good to be able to like limit one road to only work in one direction, for example.
Yeah, like signals, you mean?
Yeah, a very primitive form of at least like one way you can only move on this road and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe not the one-way path signals like in Transport Tycoon.
No, that would be a little bit too much copy-paste, but yeah, I mean...
Yeah, and maybe slightly too high-tech as well.
yeah. No, but I mean, that sounds pretty interesting, you know. I'm really looking forward to that. So...
I mean, now you don't have to think very much when you're doing the whole transporting thing, which isn't too bad. We want you to have to, you know, that feeling in Transport Tycoon when you have to plan, and then you notice, damn it didn't work, I have to, you know, work around it and make some adjustments and tweak the transportation.
And then when it's
and next time I'll know better, I'll do it better next time.
Yeah.
Kind of.
But man, and then when it finally does work, you know, the whole, well, good feeling you get, you know, the fulfillment of like, oh man, it's running and it's smooth and it's going like a steam machine on full speed.
Yeah.
It's a good feeling. Anyway, I think, you know, I've seen them in the fortress, on the evil enemies. Shall we see if we can, well, kill them all off before we get killed by them?
Yeah.
Alright.
Let's try it.
Now, the way to get the enemies in here currently, but this is all of course just early pre-alpha stuff, and of course that's going to change, you know, during the development. But right now, this evil skull here, which is grinning at me, we click on this one, we're getting enemies. So yeah, here we go. Ooh. And I think that, you know, this shaman dude might want to hurry the F back to the towers. Now right now you have bear form, right? And that increases the damage done. So yeah, I think that it wouldn't be such a bad idea for me to also be like that. And I'll just be bordering with the 2 towers here, so they... Ooh, there they come. Wow. That's overkilling them really good. Now over here...
Assist them in getting some new arrows.
Oh yeah, they actually replenish their stocks instantly. So I guess I'll have...
There's no action going on, they're more inclined to stock up for the next fight.
Now over here we see the timer for the enemies, so yeah, there should be more on their way right now. So I guess we'll go back to attack aura. Oh, and look at this, a big black evil dude. He's a pretty tough bugger actually, look at that. Yikes. Ooh, that was really close. Now, the timer here says 3 seconds. Oh man.
So they need to run fast if they're gonna get some new arrows.
Yeah, I'll help them along in my foxy looks. These are currently, there's like 2 types of enemies, but I guess it's safe to assume that you're gonna implement more during the development.
Yeah, definitely. And we want them to behave differently, not just this stuff that's currently with a... They're basically, you know, the same thing, just with more HP. We want them to have more exotic behaviors, like, you know, maybe go after the villagers, prefer them, for example.
Yeah.
Instead of preferring to attack structures, and maybe there are enemies that only attack villagers, for example. Would be quite interesting.
And ranged and magic using enemies that kind of like debuff your villagers, so they become blinded or something like it.
Yeah, we're definitely open for suggestions, so if you have some cool ideas, you're more than welcome on the forums to suggest them.
And links, of course, down below in the video. Now I have this lovely message over here saying, congratulations, your village survived. Thank you for trying out the Northward pre-alpha and all that. But of course, we could continue right now with endless waves, but you know, I mean, I think so far there isn't much more in the game currently to show off, right?
No, there isn't.
Right.
There's more if people want to give it an extra go at the end, see how well if they build more defenses, see how it goes.
Yeah.
But maybe we should leave that up to the viewers.
Exactly, I was just about to say, if you want to see how far you can get, support this project, you know. I think there's quite a potential in this game, and well, you know, the link to the IndieGoGo is in the video, and if you think that this game should be developed any further, please support the team and get this project into reality, you know, into a finished game. So.
And if you do take on the challenge mode, be sure to post your high scores on the forums.
Definitely. I mean, what was the high score to beat currently?
I think it's 69 at the moment.
Wow.
Which is quite impressive. So if you can beat that one, you're welcome on the forums to tell everyone.
And to show off, grow your EP in some. Right. Well, Kalle, I want to thank you quite a lot, you know, for this well, multiplayer experience of your pre-alpha game. I think it was great.
Thank you.
And well, I hope you, the viewers, enjoyed it as well. So yeah, see you next time when we try out another game.